Hey everyone, welcome back to Life on the Bog. Today what we are going to be checking out is harvest. We're getting ready to harvest. It's unbelievable. Summer has just gone. It's gone. That's all there is to it. Kids are going back to school. Cranberry harvest is here. Before you know it, crops will be coming off the fields. Unreal. But today we are in a bed that has had some hail damage. So let's take a peek here. Let's look at some of the damage here. As you can tell, like that is definite hail nicks there. There's some hail nicks here. We actually had the insurance adjuster come look at how much damage we had. This bed that I'm in was the worst. We actually had about 40% hail damage. So 40% of our crop got taken out by hail. So another issue we had is after we got the hail, we had a week of really hot weather, which also makes for not good conditions for this. Right there. What we're gonna see is we cut this open. All right, so we get that cut open. Half of that berry is rotted out. So that's not really usable. When you take that to get processed, they look at that and that is not usable fruit, because truly, who wants to eat that? I mean, that looks disgusting. But so next week we are going to be doing early harvest on this. We are going to try to sort out a lot of the rotten fruit, try to get the good fruit. We're going to see how it goes, but there is what we're dealing with right now. So on this bed with the hail damage, this is a newer variety that we have. It's a hybrid cranberry, which means it's been cross-pollinated to get better crop. I mean, it's pollinated with two different varieties to make a better one, basically. And so when we're looking at these, I mean, these look really red. This looks like ready to harvest, basically. So on a cranberry, how you can tell if it's ready to harvest is we're gonna cut this open. And now when you peel this open, we're gonna see the seeds. So on this particular berry, the seeds are just starting to turn brown. They're still white, which means it's not quite ready. We need a few more growing days or cool days to get these to ripen up. The other half of the plant, you can tell it's starting to turn. Still needs a little bit of time, but that's how we tell when things are ready to harvest. If the seeds are fully brown, it's ready to harvest. But like I said, these have the hail damage. They have the color. We're going to try to get these off next week, and we'll get to show you guys how we harvest. For now, I'm going to go show you some of the harvest equipment and go through how we use it and just a once over basically of what we do for harvest. It's really hard to explain things when we're not using them, especially because our harvest is so unique in that it's not like regular farming. Nothing we do is really like regular farming. So without us using it and showing you how a piece of equipment works, just looking at it, you don't really get the picture. But I'm gonna go around, show you a few things, and prepare you for next week's harvest. All right, this machine is what we call the berry pump. That right there is basically the best way to describe it in easy terms. It's like a big underwater vacuum. So this whole arm will swing out, it'll set down in a bed, and it'll suck the fruit up here. The fruit will then travel up this tube, up here into a cleaning station where it's got some sprayers, and then an elevator and then it loads into a truck. So this is our berry pump, just to give you a little bit of an idea of how it works before we get into it. So moving on to the trucks. Ooh, here's one of our trucks. It has a berry box extension on the top, so that we're able to haul more fruit than rather than a dump truck load. We're able to almost get double, not quite double, about a third more in the truck. So it makes it easier for us to get the fruit off, and it's faster. Moving on to the Harrow. The Harrow is how we get the cranberries from the vine to floating in the water, which you guys will see next week in next week's video. So what we have here is, it's like a giant rake. That's the best way to describe it. I'm not gonna give too much details, because I'm gonna go through how everything works once it's in operation, because it's too hard to explain without the visual. But here is our Harrow tractor. It drives through the bed, and there's where I say it's like a rake, because these drag over the vines, knocking the berries off as it goes over them. And so, yeah. There's the Harrow. All right, now that was just a quick overview of everything that we're gonna be using in next week's video. A little bit of the crop damage that we had, and also what we're gonna be doing in harvest next week. So this week's video is just basically a preamp, get you amped up for next week's video on harvest. So thanks to everyone for watching Life on the Bog, and stay tuned for the harvest video.